Hi everyone, I'm Tyler and I use he, his pronouns. So I went to a MAD session last week about feminism, and the leaders of the MAD opened the discussion by posing a series of statements to the group. If someone answered affirmatively to the comment, they stepped forward in the circle. And the statement that really resonated with me was, step forward if you consider yourself a feminist. Everyone in the room stepped forward without the slightest hesitation. And if I were to pose the same question right now, there's no doubt in my mind that our entire school would step forward. Now, it's truly amazing to feel confident that most, if not all, of my peers would step forward if given the opportunity. That my peers recognize and call attention to an incredibly pervasive form of oppression. And that they offer solidarity in a time when progress demands unity. As some of you know, I have a little sister, Indira, who began her time at Fieldston last year, entering the 6th grade. Most siblings have trouble getting along, sometimes even fight, but Indira has a history of bullying the hell out of me. No mercy, no remorse, and no compassion for my wounded feelings. She asserts her dominance, relishes her power, and rules with an iron fist. I actually used to walk into school with scratches on my neck and arms, scarred from losing hard-fought battles with her. Headstrong and tough as can be, Indira and her fearless confidence won the respect of everyone around her. Despite our differences, she's one of the brightest, most talented, and most capable people I've ever had the pleasure to know. She won class president in 5th grade at Lincoln Elementary, the school we both used to attend. She plays soccer with a competitive edge unlike any other. She dabbles in theater and dance, and proudly brings home perfect quarter grades. In short, she excels in every facet of her life, and my meager accomplishments pale in comparison. In my parents' eyes, she's clearly the superior child, rightly so. But middle school, a time for self-discovery, fosters a hostile environment, saturated with social expectations and rigid roles, dependent on class, sexual orientation, and a range of other identifiers. Having been a new kid myself, I noticed many parallels between our experience. But gender, the one major identifier in which we differ, has ramifications on Indira's day-to-day life that I struggle to conceptualize. Throughout the course of her year and a half at Fieldston, I've watched my sister bend under the pressure to conform. I've watched her slip into the gender roles that confine and restrain the individual. I've noticed her Christmas wish list evolve from book titles to beauty products. And I mention this not to criticize my sister's concern with appearance, but rather to highlight a noticeable shift in her interests, aspirations, and focus. I attribute this shift to the various pressures of the middle school. Pressures that were present, but not nearly as intense during my transition to Fieldston. To witness such a resilient and talented young individual succumb to the challenges of being a 7th grade girl is unimaginably demoralizing. I love my sister more than anyone else on the planet, and she continues to make me proud every day. But through no fault of her own, her unrelenting, fiery gaze has begun to lose its spark. The culture we live in nurtures that spark in every young man, but seeks to extinguish, tame, and control the passion, creativity, and confidence that makes my sister who she is. Fieldston is not exempt from this. In fact, from numerous conversations with friends and careful observation of my sister, it's clear to me that our school is burdened with gender inequality. And I didn't have to search very long or very hard to find it. Most evenings in my house involve a breakdown, a fit of sobbing, or some other manifestation of frustration with being different or feeling isolated in some sense. Though I can guide her reconciliation of both class and race, gender, the primary cause of these breakdowns is a journey that I cannot help her navigate. The most comforting words I can offer provide little consolation for rude comments made by her peers, which is but a taste of the malicious atmosphere that dominates the social scene, particularly for girls. Tears shed in the wake of insensitive gossip give way to anger, animosity, and competition, inviting a dynamic that vividly contrasts with the lighthearted, playful relationships that I remember. Endless and unconditional support fall utterly short in combating the insecurities born from the endless wave of messages insisting that beauty determines her value as a person. Her Fieldston experience will be, and already is, inherently different than mine, simply because she is a girl. This is a problem, and I hold each and every person in this room accountable. You can easily lay the blame on society. We can criticize the media for the constant objectification of women. We can blame music for all too often painting derogatory, demeaning, and one-dimensional portraits of women. We can fault institutional sexism for the significant and baseless gender rage gap. We can cower beneath theoretical discussion and fixate on the hopelessness of tackling these enormous instruments of oppression. But it was us, the people of this school, that stepped forward, distinguishing ourselves as feminists. The oppression that every woman in this room endures is a product of men exercising privilege. So though we are limited in how we can make a difference in a larger context, we are responsible for marginalization within our community. Beyond that responsibility, we are able to adjust as individuals to combat our privilege with exposure to new information, experiences, and perspectives. If this feels like a futile fight, I push you to take the first step and make an attempt to learn. Ask questions and listen to the answers. Take a class designed to grapple with these issues and make a conscious effort to escape that enticing feeling of comfort. We are all victims of that feeling, and it is at that point, the point of lapsing back into a sense of security and stability, that we compromise our humanity and sever dialogue that could lead to sympathy and understanding. Resist that urge. This school, in many respects, has pushed me to fulfill my potential as a student. My sister has every right to that same opportunity and should not be subject to the harassment, prejudice, and inequality that will greet her the moment she accepts her diploma at graduation and ventures beyond this campus. If we truly are all feminists, help make Fieldston as much of a home for her as it is for me. Thank you.